You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From Los Angeles, California, and Maria Menounos, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV Spotlight On. Spotlight On is a long-form interview series featuring actors and TV personalities. And now, from the world's #1 TV after-show platform, this is AfterBuzz TV Spotlight On.
Let me get that.
Hello, everybody. You are watching and listening to AfterBuzz TV's Spotlight on Farrah Abraham. I'm Jason Ikeler.
I'm Christina Zias.
And joining us tonight, reality star, author, entrepreneur, Farrah Abraham is here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks
How
for
are you
coming
doing?
in.
I'm doing good. I love my song.
I know, it's good. Oh, I should say singer, too. You got so much going on.
I dabble.
You dabble on a
dabble.
lot, including a new sex toy line.
Yes.
How does one start a sex toy line?
I just reached out to the companies and...
Oh, it was your idea.
Yeah. I mean, it better be my idea. It's my body parts for right now.
Did you, when you reached out, did you have the plan for it to be your body parts, or what were you imagining?
I actually was more excited to start with more female sex toys, like our vibrators and other
Okay.
things.
Right.
And I guess it's just a popular topic right now to mold your own body. Must sell more or something.
What is it like when they actually mold your vagina?
It's like an art project with paper mache.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you do? You
So I
just
took
get
it to the
naked?
adult level.
Okay.
Left it.
Paper mache
I
gone
learned it
wrong.
in middle school, and now I just take it to my adult life.
And so you sat there, and they completely just molded your vagina.
Yes.
And your ass.
Yes. Soft.
Ass sets. Does it
Ass
hurt
soft.
to have
No.
paper mache in your ass?
Well, I mean, it wasn't like you were having SEX with it or anything.
You can say
were
sex.
just
We're on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just who I am. Because I'm a mom too, so I don't want to have little ears hear that. But
That's valid.
yeah. So it was just painless, easy, fun, and I'm happy I got to learn and see all these cool sex toys.
Okay, so how many sex toys do you have?
Right now we have 3, and they are strictly for men, so full on, back door, and hand stroker.
We have the hand stroker here.
Oh, we do.
We do.
Look who has it.
Well, I have it. This
Okay.
is the closest I've ever been to a vagina. But we're going to take this out.
Look who
If you're
wants to touch
listening,
it.
I know, I kind of
If you're listening, you need to start watching right now.
Mom, I'm really sorry if you're seeing this. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, take care of me.
Okay,
All right.
so
How does this exactly work?
I mean,
you put your...
I personally don't have the part that fits that, but when you take this home and you have that male counterpart, you put yourself in there
I'm,
and
like,
you
nervous
get
to hold
yourself
it.
off.
You want to hold it? Does it weird you out,
Oh
though?
my
Because
goodness. This is not what I was expecting
And I
it
have
to
to
feel
say,
like.
like,
It's very heavy.
Have a healthy sex life, and if you're single
Yeah.
and lonely, then deal with that.
Does it ever scare you,
Or
though?
you could,
because,
do with your girlfriend or wife. Either way.
Yeah, that's, I guess,
Wait,
that's kind of a fun way to
You
bring
want a
somebody else
threesome?
into the
There you
bedroom.
go.
And it's,
this is
Yeah.
gonna be, I feel like really graphic asking this, but can you, if you're a male, can you insert yourself in every single portion, every hole in
Of
this?
course. I mean,
Of
it's your fantasy. Like,
can do whatever
live
you
it
want.
out.
Are you ever worried, though? Because, like, if you meet a guy at a club or something, and what if he's like, oh, I've already had sex with your vagina? Does that ever, like,
Thank you for
freak
letting
out?
me in. No, I don't think it's going to freak me out. I mean, that's their own thing. I'm not going to shame anyone over it. And I'd rather have, you know what? Sex toys are a healthy thing.
Yeah.
I think too many people don't get sex toys and they, go off the deep end with partners.
So if you had, you're single at the moment, right?
Yes.
Okay, but if you had a boyfriend and you caught him using a sex toy, you'd be okay with
You
it?
act like I caught him doing
Well, I'm
it.
saying hypothetically.
Good.
Yeah,
Now
you're
let
happy
me
with
join
that?
and let's go
Okay.
have fun.
Okay.
So many, I don't know. It's all good.
If you could gift the sex toy to any celebrity, who would you want to use it?
I think Hank Basket right now, right?
Oh, that's interesting.
I heard Kendra and him are having some troubles. I think this might help.
Oh, I was
See,
gonna
I
say,
I
that's nice.
think cheating is bad. Sex toys are good.
Okay, see, I like that because you're using the sex toy to solve the problem. It's not like someone who you
Yeah.
want to necessarily be with you.
No, let's do couples therapy right now.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And then you want to transition into doing more female sex toys?
Yes. So I'm right now creating sex toy kits for women because I feel like, I get kind of overwhelmed. So I'm like, let me make it so there's, like cock rings for the males and, some good couples type of things, and also like the the dildos and vibrators and all this other stuff. So it'll be fun to just have like a naughty and nice kit and bachelorette kit and different things.
So when you do it, do you like test out the products on yourself and you're like, oh, this works really well, I should sell this?
What's pretty awesome, and I'm like 23 and I haven't explored everything yet, is like these companies send me all these sex toys and I get to try them out. So I guess perfect timing.
And what happens if your daughter asks like, hey, mommy, what did you do at work today? And you're like, oh, I got a mold of my vagina made.
I'm actually in development. That's what I say it is. It's development.
In production development, or does she have any idea?
About the sex toys? I think certain ages are best. I don't believe that needs to be around a child at 5.
Oh, yeah.
So my daughter is still a child and she needs to behave in that way.
Do you think eventually you'll explain to her, though, like,
of
what
course.
you do?
You know what? There's a birds and the bees conversation. There's what I've done wrong. There's what I've done right. And all that type of convos. And I look forward to sharing that with her.
Which, actually, you wrote a book about that, My Teenage Dream Ended, which I think is really cool because I think you have a lot of advice to give because you've kind of done a lot of things. And
try not to do the mom thing so much. I don't like to parent, but I would write a book and I like to share things that way. That book, My Teenage Dream Ended, is my best friend. I still reread it, and I love that book.
And New York Times bestseller.
Yeah. Congratulations.
That's pretty huge.
Thank you. I mean, it's unexpected, but I love that.
And now you're working on a trilogy as well called Celebrity Sex Tape in the Making.
In the Making is out, available now, Barnes & Noble everywhere. And this is different because it's fiction and it's erotic novels. I mean, it's hard. I gotta say, it's hard to write hot scenes. It's just difficult. Have a compelling storyline. I mean, it was a lot of work.
Do you get inspired a little bit by your real life? Or, where do you get the inspiration for these stories from?
I mean, you have to, do research, watch a lot of SCX, and, do other things. Because I am appealing to women who don't want the everyday regular stuff and want something different. I don't want to just recreate the same thing for everyone. So I dabbled a little bit and looked all over, and I think, in my personal life, I learned a lot about sex topics.
It's really interesting. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, can you just give us a brief overview of what the series is about?
So the series is about a character named Farrah Opal, and she is an unknown discovered in entertainment. Okay. And through scripted movies and other things that she does, her sex life leads to craziness in Los Angeles. So she turns her sex into a sex tape, and she's a celebrity, and she sells it. And I think a lot of the characters, through her friends and through these people that you see her involved with, there's a lot of growth. So in the end, it's not about a celebrity sex tape. It's really about finding the one, but just in a very erotic way.
I feel like this could represent your life pretty well, though, too.
I think I learned a lot, through research of making Farrah Opal. I learned a lot to help my own life. Yeah. And to be a better woman and make better choices. I don't think... She's way different. I mean, honestly, she doesn't have a child, and she doesn't do, reality stuff. It's more other things. But it's very cool. I think she's like other characters that we know in real life. And this is, again, whatever I'm writing, it's like a best friend. So you have, your high school love. You have, when you're traveling, you're out. All these different ventures that are very relatable to everyone and anyone. But yet still growing and learning of... the adult entertainment mainstream, because that's what's so controversial and why celebrity sex tapes are such a popular topic.
Are you worried at all? Because I know, obviously, you've been in a couple adult films, and you've opened
I've had a sex tape, and it was cut into 2 films, and you can ask Vivid about that. But
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering, because I know you had, a really bad personal experience that you talked to us weekly about that. Yeah. Are you worried that the book will sort of glamorize that industry, and maybe a young reader would read that and be like, oh, I'd like to get into the adult industry?
I mean, I think it's up for anyone to make their own choices. Okay. But I'm not glamorizing anything.
Okay. And who would you say, because you have obviously teen fans and you have male adult fans with the sex toys and everything, who would you say, is this book written for females or males, or who's the ideal reader?
I think ideally it's for anyone, male and female.
Okay.
Because I think I wrote more in a male type of mindset.
Okay.
But females definitely take off when they read this. And I don't know.
Since you do have a lot of teen fans, is there a certain age that you think is appropriate to read these novels, or do you think it's open to everyone?
I think, you know what, at I would say 16, I was reading these types of books, and my friends were, but I would prefer if somebody was 18 and older to read this.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to like make it into a movie?
I think there's so many videos and all that stuff around me. I'm not going to do like a movie about this. I think books are best to be read.
Because if you had to make your life into a movie, which actress would you want to play you?
Me?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about celebrity sex tape, the novels?
Let's talk about both, because I'd like to hear both ideas.
Who would play you?
I mean, why can't I play me?
Oh.
Okay.
I mean,
That's true. The best version.
I'm the best version at it. But I've said Jessica Alba for Fallon Opal. I mentioned some other guy actors, but I think Jessica Alba can play this very well. And she's done a lot of scripted movies and stuff, and that's why. And also, she's just a favorite of mine. So.
Just like Jessica Alba. So you have this trilogy coming out, and then you also have your Christian parenting book.
That's going to be long down the line.
Everybody
keeps bringing it up like it's tomorrow.
I thought it was tomorrow. Yeah.
No, I think when Sophia is 18 and an adult, I think that's when it's appropriate to write a children's parenting book, because then you've gone through everything.
Oh, so once you've raised her.
Of course.
I'm glad you told us that.
We're looking forward to it to be like right now.
But I've read that you want to write a lot of like how-to books and different sorts of books too. What's like...
I think some other books that I would do beyond a parenting book and such would be a business book and hopefully a cookbook and different things of that nature.
Because you are sort of an entrepreneur. You've dabbled in literally everything.
And congratulations, because you have a new restaurant out this week as well.
With the press, but it's going to be open in October.
Oh, wow.
So fresh and frozen cuisine. It's very innovative and where the market's going.
And is it all frozen yogurt?
There's frozen yogurt and fresh food like sushi, wraps, salads, different things like that.
And it will be in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
And that's where you're living right now, too?
Yes.
So what made you want to open that?
I don't know. I went to school for culinary arts and management. I was like, wow, it's been a couple years. Haven't done anything with my degree. I should probably do that. And plus, it's a passion.
Yeah.
And this is family-oriented and great for my daughter, so that's why.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And so your site just got hacked, too.
It's okay. It's taken care of.
It's taken care of.
Shut it down.
You tweeted something about Fox News hacking into it. Was that a joke, or
I mean,
do you think it really was Fox News?
I don't know.
You think they really might have?
How is it odd that Fox News knew about it before I even did?
So that's why you suspected that.
I was like doing a radio tour, and someone's like, so Fox News just said your website's hacked. I'm like, what? And yeah. So that's just very odd.
That's kind of upsetting, too, because this is like...
whoever tips it off first, they're responsible.
They're the one that did it. I mean, you've kind of done with all of the negative media, so you probably know who does what.
That's right.
And what was it? It was a video of your sex tape, right? Or a portion of it? That was
maybe there was like an image of me naked or something.
Okay, you didn't even see it.
I didn't. I was just like, engineers, take it down, figure it out.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to see that.
What's like your favorite flavor of frozen yogurt that you're going to have?
Oh, there's so many different ones. I like the holiday version, or the holiday flavors.
Oh, me too. Like...
So they have one. Well, I'm mixing it up, like pumpkin. People would be like, I'm not going to try that.
Oh, I'm going to try that.
But I kind of like it. So sweet, savory, but I like pumpkin in different ones.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your restaurant? So it's not just frozen yogurt.
Like I said, no.
So does someone come and sit down, or do they order at the counter?
You can actually come in, sit down. We have movie nights. We have digital games. We have a party room.
Oh, that's fun.
It's very amazing, and I think me talking about it doesn't do it justice. When it's open and you see videos and real action, you're gonna like it.
It sounds like the setup for a perfect reality show, like behind the scenes of your restaurant.
Look, my success in my restaurant, I just went completely separate from reality television, and that's that.
Would you like it can you franchise the restaurant? I know it's not even open yet.
You will see.
I feel like you've got some big plans.
Yes.
Now, is there going to be like a little gift shop where you can sell your books and all your music and stuff? Or is it completely...
I'm not going to have anything to do with me there. It's not about me.
Okay.
This is about the brand. But there will be merchandise, stuffed animals, and other things for the children.
Okay, so this is kind of for your daughter almost.
This is for my daughter.
That's awesome.
Do you ever worry that parents or, people might see that you do have these sex tapes and you do have the erotica novels and the sex toy line, and then worry about bringing their kids since, the two businesses kind of...
Wow. Well, I would hope that there's no one naked around a restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, I get endorsed by other frozen yogurt places, other restaurants to go in, and it's good for other brands, and why not invest in myself to make a better brand? So there's nothing wrong with this, and if anything, if you hate me and you want to go in there, you'll forget all about me when you're in it.
Okay, so...
So it's literally nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me.
That's interesting. So would you say, because I know we see a lot of people like you or Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton who sort of go into reality TV and then become entrepreneurs, what would you say the end goal for you is?
I don't really think there's an end to anything that I do. I think it's just I keep on progressing and developing, and hopefully one day I'll be developing master plan communities and bigger projects, and that's just bigger's where I'm going.
Bigger's where you're going.
Yeah.
So when you started your first reality show, was there any other reality star that you kind of envisioned your career to follow, or someone that you looked up to?
I honestly don't look up to anyone, and I also don't have a role model. I don't have like a hero, and I know that's probably sad to hear, but everyone that I have looked up to and I have met, like Bethany Frankel, definitely was a letdown. So I feel like it's natural to go above and beyond where you think you'll be, and you'll get there, regardless of somebody saying you can't do what you want to do and be diverse.
Well, why was Bethany Frankel let down?
I know, tell us everything. This is gonna be
if you
juicy.
saw her show and I was on it.
Oh, when you were on it. Okay, I was thinking there was like a backstage thing too.
No, I think women should not bash other women. I also feel that women can be as diverse as they want to be, and I believe that. I am like for women, by women, and it was just very shocking to see somebody to be opposite of what I thought they were.
Is it hard for you to do press now? Because I know even when you were on Dr. Phil, he sort of slammed you. The whole interview is...
You know what? It's fine. All press is fine, but I think it's ignorant of some people who are hosts to have completely wrong perceptions and put that in other people's minds. Yeah. And I'm just not about that. So if that's their job, that's cool.
Do you see where it comes from? Just because, like, most people think, like, oh, somebody in an adult film, they don't necessarily have their shit together. But you seem very well-rounded, and you have other business opportunities. And I think maybe people think it's hard to separate the two.
I think when somebody brands someone as a porn star and they're not, there's going to be a lot of difficulty trying to work with somebody like that. And also make fault of somebody in front of their parents, which is wrong. But that's the past. I mean, look at their own personal lives.
Yeah.
At least I'm strong enough to deal with the lies.
And you don't consider yourself...
Okay.
You don't consider yourself a porn star.
I mean, I just had the only sex tape of my whole life and had a difficult time dealing with that and tried to make light of it. And I think others learned from it, and so did I. I mean, my other girlfriends are like, uh-oh, where's my sex tape now? Because I don't know. My girlfriends do way crazier things than I do. So I was like, I'm very tame.
Had you?
I'm pretty tame compared to my friends.
But you have to deal with it in the media.
And that's
so
why I'm like, I'm at least happy I got therapy and like I work on myself and whatever.
Is the therapy that you're talking about from couples therapy?
No, I do my own therapy, but Dr. Jen was equally amazing and picked me up when I was like going towards the bottom again. To be real, we need therapy or counseling.
Is there anything in your career that, had you been given a second chance to do it over again, that you would say, I wouldn't do that, or I would make sure to do more of this?
I mean, I personally feel like I never needed to do reality television, just because of the hardships that I've had to deal with. I think I would have been a fighter and a hard worker regardless of TV.
So what do you think you would have done if you didn't start with reality TV?
Oh, gosh.
Because the opportunities are endless.
Yeah.
I probably would have opened up a restaurant already. Okay. And hopefully I would have been married and I would have had my private life and been very successful in other things. I'm sure I would have gone to school like for medical and other things that I plan on doing.
Do you think that almost reality TV held you back a little bit?
Yeah, I had a hard time dealing with a lot of people not taking me serious, and I don't understand that. You know, I was going through a lot of struggles, and people just want to keep making you struggle, so that's not cool.
Well, I think it's hard, too, because there's been so many girls who had babies when they were teens, and they deal with it, and then they turn 18, 19, and nobody knows. Mm-hmm. And so everybody's seen you grow up that way. Do you feel like almost to prove yourself you would have to do another reality show so people see you now at this point in your life?
I don't need to prove anything.
Okay.
I think I've done a lot of other shows, and now I have fun with it, and I can joke around about some things that were tough, and yeah, I'm in a good spot. If I do another reality show, I think it should be like dating, because I would share my dating life. I would love that, and I would enjoy that, and hopefully I would find someone.
How is your dating life? Like, what do you do? Like, give us a night in your life. Do you go out with your friends? Like, if you're in LA tonight, are you going out to the bars in Hollywood? What are you doing?
I mean, I got invited to some clubs. I just feel like, I don't know. I enjoy going to, like, I say go where the getting's good. I'm not going to find such marriage material at a club.
That's good advice.
I do dabble with, like, some businessmen that I do meet. I mean, I meet a lot of amazing people who are young and single, and if it works out, it works out.
Who's your ideal guy?
Yeah, like, what's your type?
Just a private, successful businessman. I don't want the football player. I don't really need any attention. I just want private time.
But I feel like if you wanted private time, I feel like you could achieve it on your own, too. Because,
I mean, I've tried. It's just you got to be very picky with who you talk to, and you can say you want things private and it doesn't stay that way.
Yeah, do you feel like you have a hard time trusting people because everyone knows who you are? So, I mean, even if they say they have good intentions, they could be dating you for the fame or to get money.
And that's why I definitely choose to date business people who don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, and it's been very private so far with that, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
Now, would you date a guy that had kids?
I'm sure I would.
Okay.
Do you think that it's...
That's a question.
I know.
It's
hard to say, though.
It's a picky topic or touchy topic.
I feel like I understand that you want privacy because everyone does, and I could imagine how difficult it is always being, kind of scrutinized and being, in the spotlight. But I feel like it must be, like, extremely hard to have a private life when, like, your private life is out for purchase.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Because I feel like you could be really successful also on your own with just like your restaurants and those businesses as well. And you're obviously a really smart girl and very business savvy. But do you feel like the businesses almost contradict themselves?
No.
No?
Because in your mind they're completely separate, right?
I mean, this is the thing. If your naked self is already out there,
right?
Oh, I'm not going to do this business opportunity because I don't know why. I mean, that would just be stupid to not grace upon what other things that you can capitalize off of.
Right.
Because of it?
I mean, if somebody else is going to ruin you and take your brand down, you might as well put it in your own hands and do something positive with it.
And take control.
That is what this is. And I'll be, doing other things, lingerie, swimwear, and other things too. It's not all about nakedness, but it is creative, and I do like to do things.
Do you like being a sex symbol?
I don't know. I take it for what it is. Good for me.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I like to wear no makeup, hang out, and do chores at home.
Wah, wah. But naked.
Sometimes I do. I mean, I'm comfortable naked. Everyone should be too. Love your body.
Do you feel like because you're a woman, that maybe if this was a guy that did that, he wouldn't get so much criticism for it?
Yeah. I mean, I see even in my situations, I'll get criticized even though I might not be to blame. So, whatever.
Well, because I feel like even with male celebrities, you see dick pics leaked all the time, or like, and it's kind of just like laughed about. And if a girl does it, she's a whore.
Yeah, or I really think it's like a sexist, right, or something of that nature.
Yeah.
When males have sex with porn stars and nobody cares, like tons of them. But if girls were to do that, oh no, like
you're automatically a porn star.
Yeah, so that's interesting and cool. I learned that.
That is really interesting, actually, because nobody considers Charlie Sheen a porn star, and he has sex with porn stars all the time.
Yes.
But James Dean is quite the looker.
That double standard.
That is a double standard.
It is a double standard, definitely.
Well, good for me. I'm the pimp.
The lady
Whatever.
pimp. Whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. What would you say if you had to look back at your life, 2014, you're 10 years down the road. If you look back at 2014 this year, what would you want to be remembered for?
What do I want to be remembered for? I mean, just in all, I just want to be remembered this year. I'm just a good mom. That's all I'm focused on.
Okay.
Just call me a good mom, and that's all I need to hear.
Is your daughter living in Austin right now?
Yes, she is. She's with my dad right now.
Okay. So I know before you were saying that you kind of like don't have, you know, a role model or an idol. And obviously you've had like some trouble with your mom as well. So like who would you say is your mentor? Who do you look up to and who are your business partners? Like who do you go to?
I don't go to anyone.
So it's all you?
Yeah.
That's a lot to put on your plate.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. I have no mentors. I have lots of people who would like to invest, lots of people who want to call them mentors to myself. But I don't, it's irrelevant. I mean, I seriously just grow. I honestly, and I don't like to like talk about my faith or other things because of other people's beliefs, but that's what's important to me, and that's all I need. And if I didn't have my faith and if I didn't believe in God, I would not be anywhere.
Do you ever feel like, because I grew up in the church, like super, super religious.
See, it's sometimes too much. When you start it like that, it's just too much. You have to have your own relationship with God.
I agree.
I mean, my mother is like, you're Antichrist. It just gets out of control with her. So I do my own thing, and I think a lot of other celebrities who are about their faith, they have their own way too. So I don't believe in judging anyone however they believe in God.
I like that. Because you don't feel like, I know, like, in the church I was raised in, it would be like, oh, this person has a mold of their vagina. That's not Christ-like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like it's kind
though?
of contradicting?
I never thought I'd have to deal with any of this. And I'm like, wow, God, please just get me through it. But I go to church. I actually go to a couple of churches. I love my churches by my house. That sounds so nuts. I've never had this happen in any city I've lived in. But I'm grateful. And I have tons of friends. And I go, you know, so nobody ever says anything to me at church. And half the people don't even know me.
Well, that's nice.
They're like focused, you know?
But do you think that it is, can you understand why people say it's like kind of anti-Christ-like, or do you agree with that, or do you think it's just irrelevant?
I mean, they would just say it's sinning.
It's
not anti-Christ-like.
Right, it's
sinning. And if you're doing, I mean, I'm not sinning by creating novelty toys. And I have to have sex to do that. And it's just something I'm doing.
I love that you keep saying sex.
It's too much of this.
I feel like you need to just like scream sex.
Let it out.
Sex.
Sex.
Okay.
Almost
there.
And now you have a couple singles that have been released too. Do you ever think music's something you'll pursue, or you said it's more of just like a hobby?
It's a hobby. I kind of, everything that's in the spotlight's my hobby. I enjoy doing it.
Do you think you'll ever leave the entertainment industry?
Yes.
Okay. When are your plans to do that?
Sometimes we switch hobbies.
That's valid.
You get bored and tired of them. But yeah, I'm just doing like feature films now, and I'm working on that and trying to develop myself for, you know, scripted things. So I'm kind of more into that, but I still love reality. I think once you hit a top in something, it's like time to move on. And so that's where I am. Do
you have a favorite TV show out or a film right now that you love watching?
There's a lot I need to see.
Okay, like what's on your list?
Like Tammy.
Okay.
The movie Tammy. I don't know what there's one with like cooking, but I forgot the title.
Oh, Chef?
Is that what it is?
It might be.
Oh, I have no idea.
And then I also want to see the movie Sex Tape.
Oh, that looks funny.
You know. And
you
then
can
also
relate.
Masters of Sex is a good show. So
on HBO, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could get like a cool guest starring role on that. No?
Not enough of that talk in my life.
That's valid. What's one show on TV right now that you'd like to be on?
None.
Really?
You want an original?
Yep.
Okay.
What type of character do you want to play? Like comedy or drama?
So if it were a scripted TV show, I like comedy.
Okay. Comedy's hard.
No, it's not. I love it.
Really?
Do you watch like Modern Family or Big Bang Theory or any of those?
I've seen all those, but I'm still not like addicted to them.
Right.
You kind of just, do you think you'll create, because I know you said like you haven't been reading a lot of like sex fiction to write your book, you're just kind of doing it all on your own. Would you ever write your own like TV pilot for yourself?
Of course. I mean, I'm thinking about doing my own movie and different things of that nature, and that's something I've thought about for years. I just feel like, look, take your time. So I'm trying to take my time and dabble.
I mean, you're very young.
Yeah.
You have time, so.
That's what everyone says about marriage, too.
That's true.
You have time. Just wait.
Yes.
But you want to get married and have a family eventually?
Yes. I think that's important.
Do you think you'll have more kids?
Yes.
More kids?
How many would you want?
I mean, just one extra is okay.
One more? Okay.
Like, do you picture, like, white picket fence in the suburbs?
No, I picture, like, a mansion on the lake.
Okay.
I like where your head's at.
Yacht down there. I mean, that's just kind of how I live.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, is there anything else you want to plug really quick while you're here?
I mean, I think check out whatever you're into that I'm about right now. If you're into some summer sexiness, I got you covered.
Steaming up the summer with Farrah.
Yeah,
hello.
Somebody is touching a vagina.
I know. This is the most action my hands have ever gotten.
Ooh, I'm glad I made it happen.
I know. You're my first vagina. Awesome. Well, why don't you go ahead and plug your website and your Twitter handle, your Instagram?
Yes. Follow me at F1 Abraham and also F1 Abraham official on Instagram, right? Okay. F1 Abraham _official on Instagram, and then my website, farrahabraham.com. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today, and we're excited for all of the new projects you have coming.
I'm excited.
For AfterBuzz TV Spotlight On, I'm Jason Ikeler.
And I'm Christina Zias.
And make sure you guys download, rate, and subscribe, and check out all of Farrah Abraham's cool new projects. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.